Good afternoon and welcome to SPINDO's first quarter of 2025 result call. My name is Felicia Prisca. I will be your host today and also the presenter. We appreciate you for joining us and we are looking forward to share our company's performance with you. Just a quick reminder that this meeting is being recorded. Okay, so we will start with an overview of Spindo's performance in the first quarter. After that, there will be a Q&A session led by Pa Johannes as a Chief Strategy and Business Development Officer, Corporate Secretary, and Investor Relations, as well as with Pa Teja Sukmana Hudianto as Vice President Director. Okay, without further ado, we will start with the presentation. Okay. In the first quarter of 2025, Spindo faced challenges from falling global steel prices and a shorter operational window due to early Lebaran holiday, which resulted in a 6.8% year-on-year decline in revenue, reaching 1.28 trillion rupiah. This decline was driven by an 8.6% drop in sales volume and a 5% decrease in average selling price, reflecting a 12 to 15% fall in global hot rolled coil prices. On the brighter side, the company showed financial resilience with an improved debt to equity ratio of 0.664 times, which is the lowest in 6 years, a reduction in short-term liabilities, and positive operating cash flow of 250.8 billion rupiah. Moving forward, Spindo remains focused on operational efficiency and margin recovery, with the development of Unit 7 set to strengthen its high-value steel pipe portfolio. Now, this is the financial summary. Despite the challenges from this quarter, we managed to improve our gross profit margin to 18.9%, supported by disciplined cost control and efficient operation. Our net profit decreased to 84.5 billion rupiah due to higher logistics costs and foreign exchange losses. We remain confident in sustaining our growth trend through automation, digital transformation, and high-value product expansion. Spindo also adapted its product mix to increasing demand in API pipes and poles that are used for infrastructure and utility sectors. The company also reduced general and administrative expenses by 4.1% year-on-year to maintain financial resilience. Spindo strategically shifted its product mix toward high value, high margin products, including API pipes, stainless pipes, poles, and mechanical pipes, which contribute to this quarter's higher gross profit margin. The increase in API pipe share to 8.4% year-on-year, driven by strong demand from infrastructure projects. The shift in product mix positions Spindo to drive higher profitability as production capacity expands in late 2025 and 2026. Okay, in terms of balance sheet, Spindo's total assets grew to 8.41 trillion rupiah, reflecting steady growth from the end of 2024. This increase was driven by a 23% rise in cash and cash equivalents, highlighting strong liquidity from operational activities. On the liability side, the total liabilities reached 3.28 trillion rupiah, driven by higher trade payables and customer advances linked to ongoing projects. With improved liquidity ratios and higher EBITDA to interest coverage ratio of 6.3 times, SPINDO's disciplined financial management continues to ensure sustainable growth even in uncertain conditions. SPINDO has continued to rebalance its funding structure since 2024 with long-term debt currently standing at 50.3% with 50.3% of the total debt. This strategic shift aligns with SPINDO's long-term growth objectives, ensuring a stable cost of funds moving forward. On the effective in 29th of March in 2025, SPINDO successfully raised 292.5 billion rupiah through phase 3 of its sustainable bond and sukuk ijara, offering attractive coupon rates of 7.25 for 1 year, 7.75% for 3 years, and 8% for 5 years. Credit spreads were approximately 111 to 128 BPS above the Indonesia government securities yield curve, which is relatively tight for a single A rated issuer. This signifies strong investor demand and improved market confidence in SPINDO's credit profile. Now, in cash flow, SPINDO generated 251.87 billion rupiah of operating cash flow, reflecting effective collection performance and disciplined operational management. With a total capex budget of approximately 550 billion rupiah for the year, the quarter one realization accounts for about 20% of the annual target, indicating that the majority of strategic expansion, including the development of Unit 7, will accelerate in the coming quarters. Now, SPINDO increased its share of local raw material purchases this quarter uh, to 42.5%, up from 30.6% in the first quarter of last year, as part of a strategic effort to diversify procurement sources and reduce dependence on global supply chains. This shift helps mitigate risks related to currency fluctuations, geopolitical instability, and supply chain disruption. The chart also shows a broader supplier mix and a more balanced share between local and international suppliers. This flexible purchasing enhances SPINDO's ability to maintain operational stability, optimize lead times, and lower logistics costs in an increasingly volatile global environment. Now, our black pipe average selling price remains strong at around 15,500 rupiah per kilogram, a healthy margin over local HRC and imported HRC prices. SPINDO continues to optimize its pricing strategy, balancing raw material costs and market conditions to protect profitability. Now, going forward, currently we are constructing the second building of Unit 7. This building will be used as a warehouse and also a production unit. Our new 8-inch pipe is expected to start production in October of 2025, and also the new large diameter machine will commence in May 2026. This new addition to production capacity and sales will further improve our margin expansion. We are also continuing our CSR projects to provide fresh water for more people. This year, the project will be in Gunung Kidul area. Our next corporate action is RUPS or AGMS, which will be held on the 20th of June in 20th of June, and the dividend payment, which is to be expected in late July. Now for market outlook, Pak Johannes, can you
Yeah.
please explain?
Okay, thank you, Priska. I will not be too long discussing about the market outlook because I think all of us has been bombarded by the update, and I believe most of us and also a great deal of number of people now becoming macroeconomists already because of the Trump uh, tariff and etc. Yeah, but basically there are several things I would like to emphasize. Yeah, as we can see in the graph here, that is from from the early 2024. Yeah, so the price of steel is getting lower. Yeah, if you can see, I think typically 12 to 20%. Yeah, the average price. So that's also affecting our ASP. Yes, as I mentioned numerous time, our revenue is closely related to the global steel price, but that do not really affecting the profitability margin. Yeah. Um, the good thing is that our sales price not necessarily reduced or doesn't necessarily decline in line with the global hot rolled coil price decline, but we can manage price due to relatively strong local demand. Yeah. Next, as we expected, uh, China import ever since Trump 1.0 is going up, yeah, especially now, and target for the increased import is definitely growing countries like Asia and Southeast Asia as well as Africa. As you know, in the global position, India and Indonesia is two the largest economy that's still growing. So we can expect that we are becoming the target for the exports. This needs some additional cautious, yeah, by government to uh, avoid that Indonesia is bombarded further. Yeah, we saw a lot of pressure from the import on the other commodities. Hopefully, the government takes necessary policies to prevent further disruption on the Indonesian supply chain and supply Indonesian market. Next, global geopolitical is also not helping. Yeah? Ukraine war seems to be ending soon, but then there's increased tension in the Iran, Yemen, and now the latest is the India and Pakistan. Even
Okay.
though that nobody expecting and nobody is preferring for the global war or escalated conflict, but nonetheless, all of this affected the global economy. And the economy of related or affected countries is definitely under pressure. So that also reduce the growth in respective economy. Um, that being said, yeah, the rest of the world we saw some good news. Yeah, we saw some stabilizing on the interest and the inflation. We saw central banks are quite eager to reduce the interest rates. Yeah, so hopefully we can enjoy a lower interest rate very soon. Next, Indonesia, on the other hand, it's still considerably okay. Uh, by the time this deck was made, it's still 16,400 something, but this morning it's already declined to 16,300 something. And the first quarter growth is also okay. Yeah? One of the only negative numbers is the government spending, which is very much expected. So I can say generally Indonesian condition is so far okay. Of course, we need to be very cautious because disruption in the global scale will definitely affect Indonesia. But again, so far we can say that Indonesia is relatively okay. Um, Last month, first month of the second quarter, yeah, even though it's not really apple to apple with the last year, but we see that generally it's still okay. Yeah. Driven by the heavily by projects based order. So we hope this project base drive by foreign investment, drive by growing in the industrial states, relocation, etc., does not really diminish. And eventually, we see also the demand from lower level housing is also increased. So again, we believe, at least for now, Indonesian economy is still considerably okay. And hopefully for the rest of the 2025, things are going to more stabilize and we can uh, catch some deficit on the first quarter. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
yeah.
Okay, thank you, Pak Johannes, for the pr- uh, presentation. Now we move on to the projection towards 2029. Now, SPINDO's performance of net sales and net profit in this first quarter reflect a strong start despite challenges from lower selling prices and reduced working days. The improved gross margin of 18.9% and disciplined cost management support the company's growth forecast, with steady profit expansion expected through 2029. With ongoing investment in automation, product innovation, and expansion projects like Unit 7, SPINDO is positioned to achieve steady profit growth and meet its 2029 targets. Now, this is our selected projects from January to April of 2025. As we can see that the projects related to oil and gas machinery is quite a lot this quarter. Also for the logistics with the construction of ports. Okay, and that's for the presentation. Now we can move on to the Q&A session. Pak Johannes.
All right. Thank you. I think let me start from the some of the question which already been asked by the attendees. Yeah. Okay, for the first two question, Pak Teja, I think it's quite standard. Yeah. There's a question about how is the current demand situation in domestic market. Also, is there still strong demand in government or there's delays in those projects, Pak Teja?
Okay, currently we see compared to the first quarter demand in this month, it seems like it's getting better. We see several projects coming also from the government. Yeah, but this is not the big project, even government, but small project, 1,400 tons project. So and also we see several project for private, like we see we got the information that Pakuan Group also still expanding. They're going to expand the mall in Casablanca, also mall in Gandaria City, and also in Surabaya, also in Pakuan Mall, Surabaya. Yeah, now under a project, under progress, expansion of the mall and also building the apartment. Yeah, and with some project also we see based on our information, in Pondok Indah Mall, yeah, they already done some clearance of the land. Maybe they going to expand also their mall, and we especially in the Peak Two. In Peak Two is very massive. The project is very massive. Yeah, so a lot of project like for church, also for mosque, and also for school. Yeah, yeah. We see some construction also for Tzu school. Yeah, and some Catholic school, and especially church. There is also two big churches already under construction. One is the Kemah Tabernacle, and the other one is NDC Church. Yeah, and you see still a lot of still opportunity. Also we are still waiting confirmation about the demand for the big one in for Freeport project, and also the overseas project like in Terminal 5 Changi Airport. Yeah. So I think they're going to be finalized soon, yeah, for the project. Yeah. So government, yeah, even in the capital, new capital, we see some development also. The Catholic Church Basilica already under construction, and also the like apartment for our army, yeah, also under construction. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Pak Teja. The next question from Pak Hilman, also I think connected to the another question by Pak McIntosh. Yeah. What segment has seen strongest growth in the first quarter? We can see that in terms of the growth strength, yeah, I think one among the strongest is the API products. Can you discuss about it a little bit, Pak Teja? Do you foresee that going forward, API product is still growing?
Yes, as a government also committed for the energy sectors. Yeah, so the gas is one of the very the most become say the government uh, for most important project. Yeah, so we see a lot of gas pipeline project in several like in not last time in Java is Cirebon Semarang, and also in the Sumatra. Yeah, there is a several gas pipeline project coming. Yeah, of course in the pipeline also for housing. Yeah, or we call jaringan pipa gas. Yeah, jaringan pipa gas. So quite a lot of project. Yeah. So this is the government commitment to supply the cheap gas for the peoples. Yeah.
Yeah. So again, just restated that so far we see a healthy growth on the API products and expected still strong on the going forward. This is in line with our timeline to increase our API production. Yeah, later 2025 and go on into 2026. Another question, Pak Teja. Well, I think I'll save this for later. I think it's very interesting. Okay, the another question is why first quarter profit is less than previous years. I think for one obvious reason, this year first quarter we endure approximately 20 billion foreign exchange unrealized and realized loss. Yeah. That because of the at the end of the first quarter, the US dollar is spiking. But apart from that, actually, if we see the gross profit is actually better. Yeah.
So we have THR in this March. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also basically we got several projects already in our hand, but several projects been postponed. Yeah, due to several technical issue. Now all this project mainly belong to the Pertamina group. and the project is started from April. Yeah, so we're going to already supply several in April and going to supply more in March, in this May. Sorry.
Yeah, I think in short we can simply say that we are expecting a good or at least a normal quarter or at least a normal half year this year, Pak Teja, yeah.
Yeah.
Not if not better than previous year. Okay. Another okay. Pretty standard question, Pak. Every year about the dividend payout ratio.
Yeah. Maybe you can listen, JJ.
Okay. Basically, as we mentioned before, yeah, it is the intention of the management and the shareholders to take care of our investors. We are always considering, of course, to increase the dividend payout ratio. However, we need to take also cautious about the current situation. Yeah, hopefully, coming towards the AGM, the political situation and the economic situation is getting better or at least getting clearer. So it will support the confidence of the shareholders to take strategic decisions. Yeah. If we see at the moment, actually, our cash flow for the rest of the year also covering the requirement for capex is already in place. So hopefully, there's nothing, no negative surprise. Yeah, so that we can increase our payout ratio. I think last question for today, Pak Teja. We keep it short this time. Going forward, what is the SPINDO effort to try increase or increase market share?
Yeah. Basically, this is still our policy is trying to sell more to the end user directly. So that's why we also increase our sales numbers, and still people prefer to not to wait, but we try to take the ball. Yeah. So to approach more on the like project and also to end user. So yeah, so we believe by doing this kind of thing, we can be more closer to the end user, and we can get we can serve more better to our end user, give them also the better understanding about the pipes, qualities, everything, and hopefully they can continue buying our product.
Yeah,
So
and it is proven as well, Pak Teja.
Yeah.
And apart from that, we also increase our marketing efforts, yeah, by offline and online. We also put some more digitalization in our divisions to increase productivity and effectiveness in marketing.
Some good news also from our customer in US, because of as you know, last time Trump already put some duty to Canada, to Mexico, which before is 0% duty for steel. Also Japan, South Korea, and also for EU. Now we have equal treatment. Everybody customer have to pay 25% duty. Yeah. So then we have some chance. Our customers said maybe their competitor in Mexico, yeah, already give up supply to the Home Depot. Yeah. That's why maybe some increased inquiry from our customer in US.
So actually, in the sense that this tariff have silver lining for SPINDO, Pak Teja.
Yes.
Thank you. All right, that's very interesting. I think we don't have further question. Priska, back to you.
Okay, thank you to Pak Johannes and Pak Teja for the discussion. And with that, we can conclude our result call today. Thank you for all the participants for the engagement and for your questions. Thank you and have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.